Imagine this. You just got engaged to the love of your life and you are over the moon. You guys are excited to step into this new chapter and you can't wait to tell all your friends and family. You can't wait to start picking out your bridesmaids and kind of figure out what dress you want and the theme of the wedding, and everything is just going great. You're like, fireworks is going off in your head and everything around you see with rose-colored glasses. Now after the high of getting engaged wears off, you move into the start of wedding planning, and then that's when things start to take a little bit of a sour turn. Once you see how crazy the industry is, the friends and family around you start to see how crazy the industry is, and it's just not as fun as you thought it would be. Hey guys, if you're new here, my name is Deja, and if you're back, thanks for coming back. I appreciate you. Now real quick, I know I've been updating you guys every week about Cardi. Now Cardi was my cat. Now in the first video, I introduced Cardi, everything was cool and sweet and dandy. Then I put in another video explaining how she ran away. For the third and probably final update, unfortunately, in the comments you guys were saying leave food out, leave like sweaters out, leave stuff out, like her litter box for her to come back, and I have been doing that since day one. But here's what was happening. I was putting food out and then realizing that the food was going missing, and I was thinking, oh, it's just probably Cardi, she's probably eating it and running away, whatever, right? Well, one day I decided to set up a surveillance camera on my MacBook and it went off, and of course there was motion at the door. But instead of it being Cardi, it was this. Perry the Possum. Perry the Possum decided to pay us a visit. And probably has been paying us a visit since the day that she left, and I've been putting that food out. So I not only feel like a total jackass for feeding a possum faithfully every night for nearly a month, I now feel like they're gonna just be camping around my house, and Cardi's never gonna come back because she's probably terrified. And yeah, so yay me. I'm never getting another animal ever. But let's move on. Without further ado, let's get to today's video. Weddings are supposed to be about a couple coming together as one, surrounded by the people that they love the most, with us giving them our blessings for their relationship and their marriage and so forth. Now I understand that weddings are supposed to be this big celebration of their love and so forth, but it has become the norm for people to go into debt and starting a marriage with already big financial issues. It says that the average American wedding is about $29,000 for 2023. It's insane the lengths that couples will go to try to impress people for just one day. Looking at shows like Bridezillas, Rich Bride, Poor Bride, Marriage or Mortgage, which is just, who wrote this show and why is it on Netflix? We'll touch on that show in just a minute. And even Say Yes to the Dress. Not only do these couples go into debt, these women turn into complete strangers to the people around them. They turn into these really mean bridezillas who have to have everything their way or no way. They become bratty and totally a thing of assholes. And it's just insane how this thing that is supposed to be about love and marriage and has turned into this monster of a bridezilla. This day is supposed to be the happiest point of a woman's life, apparently. Whatever. And because of that saying, a lot of women feel the need that they have to have things their way or no way. If they don't have it, their day will be ruined. With all of that being said, it feels like there are people that care more about marriage, and then there's people that just care more about the wedding in itself. It's been said time and time again that the more expensive the wedding is, the more likely they'll get divorced. And that statement holds weight because it seems as though that there's either one person inside of the relationship or both people inside of a relationship that just care more about the wedding than they do about what marriage really means. They are ready to throw this big grand party and kumbaya instead of actually dealing with what marriage really means and, like, you know, the ups and the downs and the whatever else is. And I'm not married, so I don't really know, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. Like, my married people, speak for me down there, okay? I ain't even got no ring on my finger. I'm just here showing y'all the statistics. It's become more about showing off, just about like, how can I updo my Aunt Becky in her wedding? You know what I mean? I know like these reality TV shows can be a bit scripted, but I know that every single episode isn't scripted. I mean, you got people wanting to come in on boats. You want people to come in on horses. You want people to come in on all the like jet planes and like crazy crap to make a grand entrance. They want all these crazy things to really make a statement. And on the shows like Rich Bride, Poor Bride, they have a budget in the beginning, and every time at every end of every episode, every couple goes over at least like $10,000 of their budget. Say for instance, their budget was like $20,000. The show in itself make it seem like $20,000 just isn't enough. They're like, oh, I guess we'll try to work with this. We'll try. 20K ain't enough to throw a wedding, damn. And then by the end of the show, they're at like 50K. Like, it's crazy. Like, I can't believe the drastic amount of measures they go to throw these crazy expensive ass weddings. But with all of this being said about Bridezillas and Rich Bride, Poor Bride and the money and the flashy weddings and all of that, this just goes to show that money cannot buy happiness, nor can it buy a successful marriage. I don't know what kind of essential oil or drugs that be embedded into y'all engagement ring to make y'all act that way, but it is unacceptable. And Josh, if you want to marry me, do not put whatever that shit is in that engagement ring, because I do not want to act like that, okay? It's like the minute y'all get engaged, it's like y'all go freaking berserk. It's like, who is this person anymore? Now, we're going to just put Bridezilla TV show to the side here for a minute. Put a raise hand emoji in the comments if you've ever come across a Bridezilla in real life. The amount of Reddit stories I have read, the amount of stories I've heard in the workplace, people coming to work complaining about dealing with a bitchy bride, and just the amount of experience that I've had when it comes to dealing with people getting married. I don't know what the hell be going on, but ew. We have since made up, and you know, we're good friends and I love her to death and I want nothing but the best for her, but I almost ended a friendship because of this reason. I don't know what she was on, or you know, what kind of high she was on, but she came down, she apologized, and everything is all cool and dandy. I don't know what it was, but it was just like she was 2 seconds engaged. It was like being Bridezilla-ish, you know? Now, I'm sure this can be a bit of a 50-50 type of conversation, because some people will say, well, it is the bride's day and they're spending all this money and they just want it to be perfect. This is the one day where, you know, it's about them. It is your day and it is about you, and everybody got their eyes on your dress and they're anticipating what the bride will look like. That's great, but you don't have to be an entire ass cheek about it. That's all I'm saying. If you're watching this video and you act like a Bridezilla, I hope it rains on your wedding day. You're welcome. In today's culture, the bridesmaid have all of these duties that they have to follow. They have to buy their own dress. They have to buy their own shoes, their jewelry. Sometimes the bride will pay for their hair and makeup, but that's not always guaranteed. Then hotel, travel, transportation to get to the venue and whatnot. Planning all of these pre-wedding events, which we will talk about in a minute. Like, it's ridiculous, okay? It's ridiculous, the amount of pressure that are on bridesmaids. I can't tell you how many times I've been at work and a bridesmaid have came in and been like, oh, I hate this dress. This dress do not look good on me. I don't even want to be in this wedding. I don't want to do this. But she's my sister-in-law and I don't really know how to say no, and all these other things. And I'm just like, oh my God, poor thing. Here's my take. If you're a bridesmaid that's watching this, say no when the bride asks you. If you don't think you can afford it, say no. If you don't feel like this is really someone you're close to and you really don't want to stand beside them on their special day, say no. Or if you did say yes and you kind of want to backpedal, go ahead and backpedal. Just talk to them and be like, hey, I don't think I'm the good fit right now. I don't think this is going to work out. We can still be friends. We can still be family, whatever. But I just don't think I want to be in this wedding. It's okay to say no. Unless they're a bridezilla and they're being bullying you and being mean to you, I would wait till the day before and then drop out. Ha! Ha! Take that, bitch! Engagement photo shoot, engagement party, bridal shower, bachelorette party, bachelor party, rehearsal dinner, and the wedding itself. Well, that's 6 things right there that are leading up to the 7th thing, which is the wedding. The $29,000 that I mentioned earlier isn't even including all 6 other events before the 7th event, which is the wedding itself. And then let's talk about the materials that you'll need for your wedding. Rings, tux, dress, hair, makeup, hair and makeup for the bridesmaids typically, shoes, jewelry, cake, photographer, videographer if you're fancy, DJ, venues, food, favors, invitation, decor, maybe an open bar, hiring a wedding planner if you want the stress off of you, travel, including hotel and transportation to get to the venue and from the venue. Oh my God. The wedding industry has become way out of hand. And let's talk about the wedding tax. Wedding tax is a term that is basically saying that just because you have the word wedding within the phrase of whatever you're trying to get, it makes the price double sometimes or go up dramatically. Say, for instance, you're paying for an anniversary party or something and you want to get a 3-tier all-white cake. That might be $500. But since you put wedding in front of it, that same cake will be like $1,000 to $2,000. Whatever the thing is, it is a true thing, and people have done studies on it. People have done YouTube videos testing that theory, and it is true. You will get charged more because of the word wedding. Now, I'm not trying to shit on weddings or brides or the whole wedding thing, because when it's my turn, I also want to have a wedding. I don't know now with all of this shit I have to do. I'm probably just elope. I've seen a lot of TikTok videos of brides saying just elope, like this one.
Just a little PSA for anybody who's engaged, about to be engaged, seriously dating, whatever it is. As someone who's about to get married in less than a month, I am here to let you know to just elope. Just elope. Unless your family's paying for that wedding, just elope. If you think that you and your spouse can afford it and you have a budget, double that budget. If that figure of that double is something that you cannot afford, do not have the wedding. Don't have the wedding. I thought we could. And I mean, obviously we are, but I'm here to let you know, be financially smart. Double the budget. If that figure is a figure that you do not like and think that you guys cannot afford, do not have the wedding. Just elope. It would be just as beautiful, I promise.
As someone who's been in a serious relationship for the past 4 going on 5 years, you know, if that time comes, I don't even know if I even want to have a wedding. You know, we discuss it a lot, and I'm just like, I don't know, maybe eloping is a good idea, because no one's trying to pay $30K for a wedding. Like, no one's trying to pay damn near $10K for a wedding. I mean, $10K is, it's okay, I guess, but I mean, damn, it's still a lot. Before I end this video, I want to talk about the marriage and mortgage show that I mentioned earlier. So the show is based around a couple who is trying to decide if they're trying to have a wedding or put a down payment on a house. Now, typically the families of this couple would pay for either the wedding or the down payment on a house. It would make sense that they would, you know, go for the house, but almost every single couple chose wedding. Bro, what? You chose wedding over getting a house? Like, these people they'll say in their intro that they're staying in separate places, still at their parents' house, and their parents are willing to help them pay on a down payment to get in a house. Instead, they chose a wedding. You're now married, still living at home with your parents. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just like, you had a choice, bro. Why would you choose the... Like, I can't even get my words out. That's so frustrating. And you know what made it worse is that this show was filmed during the pandemic. Most of those weddings didn't happen because of the pandemic. You sat there and spent all that money, and now you didn't get a wedding or a house because it got canceled. Dang. Shows like Say Yes to the Dress make it seem like a $2,000 budget for a dress is too low and they need to bring it up. They make it seem like $5,000 or more is acceptable. And it's just like, bro, $5,000? That's like a couple months worth of rent right there for a dress that I'm gonna wear for one day and put up in a closet somewhere for the next 30, 40 years. Insane. Well, guys, that's all I have for today's video. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and comment down below what you think about the wedding industry today. Don't forget to follow me on my social medias and check out my boyfriend and I's YouTube channel at Josh and Deja. I have it linked down in the description below. We'll be starting a podcast soon, so stay tuned for that. Again, I appreciate you guys watching so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.